Well gone. Shoutouts to my subscribers, new and old. Before I begin, hit the like button. Okay, I ran across this article and at first I didn't know what to think about it. But then it just hit me that this is what happens every day with some couples. I mean, some people just don't think. I don't know, but anyway, let me read this. Couple sues Planned Parenthood for child support after failed abortion. An Idaho couple claims Planned Parenthood deceived them after a failed abortion and is asking the agency to cough up the unforeseen costs of raising an additional unplanned child. I think this is Brianna Coons, because they spell it Biana, but I think it's probably Biana. I don't know. But anyway, Miss Biana Coons, who was 6 weeks pregnant with her son, traveled 700 miles with her partner, Cristobal Ruiz, to a Planned Parenthood in Albuquerque, New Mexico, in February 2016 to avoid the mandatory waiting period in her home state. The couple, which already had 2 children, didn't want another one. Let me pause right there. If you don't want another one, use condoms. I don't understand people. Anyway, let's continue. But the drug-induced abortion, known as abortion pill, ultimately failed to end the pre-born child's life, and the couple, in extreme poverty, could not afford a follow-up procedure. Planned Parenthood warned her in a letter that the abortion drugs could cause birth defects. The couple was deceived into thinking that they could come to New Mexico and initiate medical abortion and then return to Idaho without losing access to Planned Parenthood services. But the abortion provider allegedly told them they needed to return to New Mexico and get it done free of charge, or find another office in Idaho and pay, as each Planned Parenthood operates as a separate business. Instead, Coons gave birth to a jaundiced and ill baby boy, now 2, in August of that year, 1 month early. The lawsuit maintains that Planned Parenthood's failure to properly supervise and administer the abortion service directly resulted in the failure of the pregnancy termination, which resulted in injury to plaintiffs' interest in family planning and their interest in financial planning for the future of their family. That's bullshit. Planned Parenthood declined to comment, citing patient confidentiality and pending litigation. Medication abortion, also called the abortion pill, is a safe and effective way to end an early pregnancy. How about prevent the pregnancy instead of ending it when it comes? Am I the smartest guy on the planet? I don't think so. Let's continue. This medicine causes cramping and bleeding to empty your uterus. Oh gosh. So you would rather go through all of that than just use a goddamn condom. Let's continue. It's kind of like having a really heavy crampy period, and the process is very similar to an early miscarriage. Yo, I don't know what they're feeding people in the food, but people are not thinking. They're not thinking. Even with given information, they're just not thinking. Why go through all of this? Why have unprotected sex, whether you're married or not? You don't want another child. Why have unprotected sex and go through all of this? All of this procedure, taking a pill where you're gonna experience bleeding and cramping, and it's similar to having an early miscarriage. Let's continue here. Planned Parenthood states the pill works about 94 to 98% of the time for women who are less than 8 weeks pregnant. The couple is suing Planned Parenthood for $765,000, the cost of raising an additional unplanned child, as well as damages for negligence, breach of contract, and emotional stress, among others. Okay. Now, they may have grounds to sue in confines of the law and the promises made by Planned Parenthood. They may have grounds to sue. But I'm looking at this from a common sense perspective. Now, this article states that this couple, they are in extreme poverty. They already have 2 kids. They don't want another one. Condoms are sold at every single store. Okay? Now, it could be that the condom broke, but what are the chances of the condoms breaking? You know, I believe they were having unprotected sex. And why I believe they were having unprotected sex? Because it says that they are a couple and they already have 2 kids. And based on my knowledge of couples having sex, mainly the female, I'm not saying it's just her, because men too, but mainly the female doesn't like having sex with condoms when they are a couple. And I don't know this couple's story, but normally when females in marriages or committed relationships don't want to have condoms, it's like don't want to use condoms, it's like a sign for them that the guy is committed to them. Because once the guy starts using condoms, the insecurity kicks in and they're going to be like, why are you using condoms? Are you having sex with somebody else? That type of stuff. Let's not pretend like that doesn't happen, okay? I'm not saying that's the case here, but I'm just trying to assess the situation, because for the life of me, I cannot understand why it is that you're in extreme poverty. We see this every day in the hoods and elsewhere where people are really poor. They cannot afford to have a bunch of kids, but then they keep having unprotected sex all the time. Then they have unwanted children that society has to deal with. Because it's not just you as a couple who have to deal with these kids. Society has to deal with it. People pay taxes. Some of these kids, not all of them, might grow up to be a nuisance to society. Breaking into people's homes, stealing people's cars, all type of shit. Shoplifting. Who knows? Some of them, not the majority, but some of them might turn out to be, productive citizens. So I'm not outruling that. But the thing is, why go through all of that? Go through the pain of taking the pills, the bleeding, the cramping, and all of that, when all you have to do is use a goddamn condom, or just tie your tubes, because it says that they didn't want any more children. Now, it didn't say if the couple didn't want any more children indefinitely, or just not now at this time in their life, but if they didn't want any more kids indefinitely, she should have just tied her tubes. Or the guy could, I don't know, get a vasectomy or something. I don't know. But I see this as stupid on their part, because a lot of people do this. They don't want kids, but then they stay having unprotected sex. I don't get it. But I guess they have grounds to sue because of the promises that Planned Parenthood made about their product, and it failed this couple, and it probably failed other people too. So I guess they have grounds to sue. But people never learn. We see this every day. I just don't understand this shit. But anyway, they were warned. They were warned. But let's see if they're gonna win. I want to know what Donald Trump is gonna say about this because he's defunding Planned Parenthood. I might do another video on that one too. But anyway, hit the like button. I'll see you guys in the next video.